Hello, I'm Mark Hall-Patton, administrator of the Clark County Museum, and I want to welcome you to the museum. Now, you've probably been seeing in the papers how the Highway 11 is being cut through Railroad Pass out here and that, and we think of highways as just a natural part of the environment today. That wasn't always the case. In the 19th century, the closest thing we had to a highway in southern Nevada was the Colorado River. So let's talk about that today, and we'll head inside the wheelhouse of the Gila, one of the riverboats that went up and down the Colorado River. When we talk about the 19th century in southern Nevada, there wasn't a whole lot going on here. We were a very isolated area. And one of the things that we tend to forget about, because we think of the Colorado River today with all the dams, Hoover Dam and all of the other ones all the way down the river. At that point, there were no dams on the river. It was free-flowing and it flowed fast. It was a difficult river to navigate, but it was the only way of getting from here over to California. You say, wait a minute, what do you mean over to California? Well, you didn't go overland. That wasn't easy. It was easier if you were in, say, El Dorado Canyon, this area here, and this is where the mining was going on. It was easier to take your goods, your ore and all of that, put it on a boat, put it on a flat-bedded steamboat, take it all the way down the Colorado River, all the way to the Gulf of California, down the Gulf of California, all the way to the tip of Baja California, bring it all the way back up on the western side of Baja California, the western side of California, and inland for processing at San Francisco than it was to take it overland from here. That's how isolated we were. But the river provided a highway. That was the way that you could get your goods back and forth. It would take a boat with a wheelhouse like this. The boats were very flat bottomed so that they could go over the sandbars and any snags in the river. You'd have somebody up here hanging onto the wheel. The captains of these boats knew what was going on with the river. They were well trained. They had spent many years on the river, so they could tell if they were looking downriver or upriver, depending on which way they were going. They could tell whether there was a sandbar or something coming up that they had to plan for. At one point in the river, they even had to put large iron rings in the sidewalls of the rock right next to the river so they could thread ropes through there and actually pull the steamboats up over the rapids at that point. The area is still called Ringbolt Rapids today. Now here at the County Museum, we have recreated this. You can come out and see it, walk through it when you're here, learn a little bit about how life used to be here before we had the interstates, before we had the trails, before we had cars. When you were on foot or maybe with a mule, that river looked really good because you could make some time on that. You could get from one place to another much better than you could in any other way. So that's part of the story that we tell here at the County Museum. I hope that you'll come out and see us. We're open 7 days a week, 9 to 4:30. I know that's difficult to fit into your schedule, but we're looking forward to seeing you. And remember, we do charge $2. You know, we have to do that, but come on down anyways. We look forward to seeing you.